right, welcome to week 2. Our focus this week will be on vitality. And so we'll be looking at where we store our energy and how we use it, and continuing with our same theme from week 1 to presencing. So just continuing to build awareness around our own breath and our own body and the thoughts we play out in our head over and over, and kind of beginning to recognize that and see how we can reorganize our ways of thinking to be more energetic and have more vitality in our days. So let's begin in our child's pose. We'll come onto our knees with our knees touching the edges of the mat if that's comfortable, and big toes touch together, and allowing the palms to walk forward with the forehead resting on the earth. And begin right away, like drop right into your mat, to your breath and your body. Take some time to scan through from fingers to toes, finding areas that have space to release and space for breath. And throughout your practice this morning, look for places that you can push yourself comfortably, like stepping out of the comfort zone and really finding your edge, where the true work happens, both physically and mentally. Relax through the jaw and the eyes. Begin to deepen the breath, expanding the lungs and the rib cages out to the sides. The back body puffs up towards the ceiling as the belly drops gently between the thighs. Our exhales press even the last drops of air out, making space for new air. And here we find our Ujjayi breath, victorious breathing, that quiet whisper in the back of the throat that we'll use as a tool throughout our practice to re-presence anytime we need to. On our next breath in, fill the lungs to full capacity and gaze forward. As we exhale, hook toes and send hips high and wide for downward facing dog. Right away, finding our alignment with wrists at shoulder width distance, and the wrist creases pointing towards the front of the, or parallel with the front of the mat. And the feet ideally are hip bones distance or big toes touching. Length from the crown of the head to the tailbone, turning the body into an upside down V. Wrap elbows in towards center line, engaging through the shoulders, and relax the back of the neck. Find movement wherever it's needed. Walking or wiggling, nodding and shaking. Any places in the body that could use a little relaxation. Eventually find stillness and wrap the weight to the inner line of the hands behind the thumb and the first finger. Take a full breath, inhale. As we exhale, walk feet to hands, coming into forward fold ragdoll. Bring the hands to the opposite elbows and allow gravity to just draw the body down, allowing the crown of the head to drop down towards the earth as the feet gently root into the ground. Outer edges of the feet are parallel with the outer edges of the mat, and the toes are relaxed. One more deep breath, inhale. Exhale, release palms to the earth, coming up onto spider fingers, so tenting the hands so all 10 fingertips are pressing down into the ground. Heel toe, big toes to touch. Exhale completely. Drop the tailbone, root the weight behind the pads of the feet and the heels. And as we inhale, we'll roll up, first drawing the tailbone down, drawing the belly in, and stacking vertebra upon vertebra, eventually coming all the way to standing, rolling ears or shoulders up around the ears, back and down, creating wide open space through the collarbone. Fan fingers wide and continue to draw the shoulder blades together. Pick up all 10 toes, fan them out and spread them back down on the mat, creating engagement through all 4 corners of both feet. Gaze or your drishti as at a single spot with soft eyes. Inhale, reach fingertips tall, gaze follows. Exhale, forward fold, release down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, drawing belly button in and shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold, plant hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant palms, step back, high push-up. Full breath in at the top. Wrap elbows in towards center line. As we exhale, we'll drop knees. Hug elbows in, chest and chin. Glide forward, baby cobra, lower rib cage touches the earth as elbows continue to draw towards the body. Exhale, back through child's pose and all the way up into downward facing dog. Full breath, inhale. Full breath, exhale. That vinyasa flow is available to you at any time throughout your practice, staying with knees, chest, chin, and baby cobra. Or we'll move through our next vinyasa as we take a big breath, inhale. Exhale, walk feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift for length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach high, fingertips all the way to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart as we fold all the way down, gentle bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips reach the earth or the shins. Exhale, plant hands, step back, high to low push-up, hugging elbows so they've brushed the corners of the body. Inhale, glide heart forward, hips reach down, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Press down through all of the knuckles of the hand, especially behind the pointer finger and the thumb. Wrap the upper arm bones away from the ears, drawing the shoulder blades together on the spine. Beautiful. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, walk feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift, length in the spine, baby bend in the knees. And exhale, fold. Big toes come to touch if they're not already there. Bend the knees deeply. Send the weight into the heels and inhale, halfway lift, Utkatasana, lightning bolt pose. Feel free to spread the arms wider and wrap pinky side edges of hands towards center line to create more space in the shoulders. Draw belly button in towards the spine. Relax the jaw, gazes forward for one more breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant hands, moving through your vinyasa. Your exhale lowers you. Inhale brings you forward. Exhale sends the hips back for downward facing dog. On your next breath in, lift right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step right foot all the way through to right thumb for Gracious Hero 1. Full inhale brings fingertips high. Hip bones point forward. Exhale, hands through heart. Plant them on either side of front foot and step back, moving through your vinyasa. Eventually, using your exhale to find downward facing dog. Your next breath in brings left leg high. As your exhale, steps your left foot all the way forward, dropping back heel. Inhale, rise up, Gracious Hero 1 on the left side. Inhale, lengthen from crown of the head to the tailbone, creating space in the rib cage and the vertebra. And as we exhale, hands flow through heart center, bringing them down to the earth, and again, stepping back, using your exhale to lower. Inhale to reach the heart forward. Exhale using hips to move back to downward facing dog. Full breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh. One more like that, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh. Again, reach right leg high, heel reaches back as toes point towards the ground. Exhale, step right foot through to right thumb. Drop back heel, inhale, rise up, Gracious Hero 1. Outer edge of the back foot reaches into the ground, creating roots and length. The next exhale brings hands to heart as we peel open, Gracious Hero 2. Bringing the shoulders and the hips to face the long side of the mat. Gaze is gently over right fingertips, as both arms reach equally away from heart center. Think about like pressing two walls at the front side and the back side of your mat, away with the tips of your fingers. On your next inhale, flip front palm to the sky, and exhale to reverse your hero, reaching right arm high, and back hand down the back thigh. Creating space through the right rib cage with each inhale. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down to either side of front foot. Step back on your exhale to lower all the way down, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, glide forward, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, leading with hips, child's pose to downward facing dog, if that's your vinyasa. Your next breath in lifts left leg high. Big toes point towards the ground with even hips. And as we exhale, step left foot to left thumb, drop back heel, and inhale, rise up, Gracious Hero 1. Be present to the motion of your breath. Find places in your practice to take space and reconnect with the slow, even breathing. Inhale, lengthen crown of the head and fingertips high as feet root down. Exhale, bring hands through heart and peel open, Gracious Hero 2. Gaze is soft over front fingertips as shoulders relax away from the ears. If you peek down at your front foot, you should be able to see your big toe. So sometimes our front knee will kind of draw in towards our center line, and we want to press it out towards pinky side edge of our front foot. Our next inhale flips front palm to the ceiling, back hand to back thigh as we reverse our hero. Left fingertips reach away from the left hip as our front knee stays deeply bent, just as in our Gracious Hero 2. Inhale, one more breath, lengthen. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down. Step back. Exhale, high to low push-up. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more time, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step right foot all the way through. Drop the back heel and inhale, reach up, Gracious Hero 1. Exhale, Gracious Hero 2. Inhale, lengthen front leg. Bring right hand to right hip and send the right thigh into the hip socket. So our left hip sticks back as far as possible. Reach right fingertips as far to the front of the room as possible, preparing for Trikonasana. Gaze down towards the shin or the earth where the palm will go. And then lift left palm high to the sky, creating one long line from left fingertips to right fingertips. Notice if that back hip is collapsing back towards the right edge of the mat, and draw your hip underneath you. Gentle gaze, either straight ahead or all the way up towards top fingertips. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, bend front knee, plant hands and step back. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your next breath in lifts left leg high. Exhale, step forward. Coming all the way up, Gracious Hero 1. Exhale, open up, Gracious Hero 2. And right away, inhale to straighten through front leg, plugging left leg into the hip socket. Reach left fingertips forward, eventually drawing left fingers towards the earth, and right palm high to the sky, dropping right into Trikonasana. Release the toes. Draw the shoulders back and away from the ears. And imagine that there's a rope attached to your tailbone and your back foot, and the rope is getting shorter, drawing that tailbone underneath you. Draw heart center high to the sky for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring both palms down. Step back high to low. Inhale, forward, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Bring palms directly beneath the shoulders. We're going to move into side plank, so bring two big toes to touch. Step the right palm to the center of the front of your mat. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to rotate onto the knife side edge of our right foot and extend left arm high. An option here is to be down on the forearm, rooting the forearm into the earth rather than the palm. Optional, you can drop the bottom knee to create more space for the hip to lift. Wherever you are, take the left hip and reach it high, and wrap heart center high to the sky, creating engagement through the low belly for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring both palms to center, coming back to high push-up. Bring left palm to center. Coming to the other side, reach right palm high. Imagine that the space between your belly button and your pubic bone is like a clamshell. So here in your side plank, the clamshell is closing up, creating lots of engagement in the low belly. Both feet are standing on an imaginary wall at the bottom of your mat for one more breath. In. Smile, this is like your favorite thing ever. Exhale, come back to center. And come straight to downward facing dog or child's pose. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, hook toes, downward facing dog. Full breath, inhale. Full breath, exhale. Take one more deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to bring our knees to the mat, coming closer to the front edge of the mat here. Preparing for a back bend series, we're going to start with camel pose. So we'll be standing up on the knees, and feel free, if you have a thin mat, to double the mat to just give you some more cushion under the knees. The tops of the feet are on the earth, or you can hook the toes, and this brings the heels a little closer to the body. We want our knees directly beneath our hips, and our tailbone to be neutral, so dropping towards the earth. We'll start by bringing our hands to our sacrum, like we're putting our hands in our jean pockets. Inhale, draw shoulders back and lift the chest high. And maybe this is where you stay today. Or as we exhale, we'll begin to press the hips forward, continuing to reach the chest high. So thinking about creating a bend in the upper and mid spine as the tail draws down. Eventually, maybe bringing one hand or both hands to the heels, continuing to press the heart forward and the hips to the front of the mat. One more breath, inhale, exhale, and slowly come back in the reverse, bringing hands to low spine, coming all the way up. Sit back on the heels, cross the ankles, and we're gonna come all the way down onto the spine. Coming into Setu Bandhasana, or bridge pose, we're going to bring the heels so that our fingertips can brush the back edges of the heels. Step the feet a bit closer together so they're hip bones distance wide. And imagine that you're holding a ball or a block between both knees. And you'll squeeze the imaginary ball or block throughout your bridge. Exhale, root feet down into the ground. As we inhale, place palms down on the earth and lift the hips high. Gaze is towards the ceiling or towards the belly button. Either stay here or walk the shoulder blades in towards each other and clasp the palms together. Each exhale grows roots deeper into the ground as the hips press high to the sky, continuing to squeeze the ball or the block between the knees. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Preparing for our final back bend in the series, we're going to come into full wheel pose. If this is not something that you're quite ready for today, feel free to repeat your bridge. So for full wheel, we're going to bring the fingertips up near the ears, pointing towards the shoulders. Elbows will hug in towards center line. Feet are in the same position as they were in bridge pose. I'm going to take a full breath in. To start, I'm going to lift my head so the crown of my head touches the earth. Now maybe this is where I stay, continuing to hug my ball between my knees. Or I'm going to press my palms into the ground, lifting the hips high, bringing the gaze to the back wall, and maybe eventually between the hands, or even towards the feet. Taking 3 breaths either here in wheel or in your bridge pose. Noticing the breath, aiming for long, deep, intentional breathing. Squeeze the ball between the knees for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Resist the urge to draw the knees into the chest and simply be here, maybe dropping the knees into one another. Breathe deeply. from here, catch onto the backs of the thighs, bringing the feet into the air. As we inhale, we'll roll back, and exhale, roll forward, coming all the way up into boat pose, balancing our weight between the tailbone and the sits bones. Draw shoulder blades down and back on the spine, and lift heart center high. Inhale here. As we exhale, release palms forward, engaging through low belly and the psoas muscles, the front of the thighs. Exhale, cross right ankle over left, plant palms, and lift. Even if the feet touch, send the intention of lift. Inhale, back to boat. Exhale, cross opposite ankle and lift. Inhale, back to center. 4 more times at your pace. Exhale, cross and lift. Inhale, center. Moving with your breath. Twice more. More ujjayi. Inhale, back to your boat pose if you're not there yet. Lift chest. Maybe extend legs out for one full inhale. Lift your sails. Exhale, slowly lower, wrap arms around knees. Draw forehead towards the knees. Rounding the spine for some let go. Inhale, look forward. Release the knees, and we're gonna do a wide-legged forward fold, so bringing the heels as wide as is comfortable for you. And I like to just lift my bottom off the ground to really bring my weight onto the sits bones. As we fold here, our goal is to have a long spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone, with our rib cage knit together, creating lots of engagement through the low belly. Big toes point directly up towards the ceiling. If we notice our feet collapsing forward, we'll simply back off and pause with our breath. Inhale, lengthen. As we exhale, we'll bring palms directly in front of us and slowly begin to fold. At any areas of tension or resistance, simply pause and breathe. Shoulders are relaxed. Gaze and the corners of the mouth are relaxed. Either stay here, or if it's available to you to deepen the pose, you can reach the arms out and catch onto the feet. Breathing wherever you are. One more breath, inhale. Exhale to fully release. Inhale, slowly walk hands all the way back up. Bring knees together, catching on to the backs of the thighs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round the spine and slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Draw knees into the chest, giving them a gentle squeeze. From here, we'll come into happy baby, splitting the knees wide, reaching palms between the knees, and catching on to the outer edges of both feet. Lift the feet to the sky as if you're standing on the ceiling, creating 2 opposing actions as we press the feet high and reach down with the palms. Drawing the knees towards the armpits and lengthening the tailbone and the back of the neck all the way down to the mat. If it's something that feels good and is available to you, you can lengthen one leg at a time. Eventually coming to stillness. Inhale. Exhale, release the legs all the way down, lengthening left leg forward, and then drawing the right knee into the chest. Preparing for a supine twist. We'll inhale here. As we exhale, scoot the left hip to the right side of the mat slightly, and then cross the knee over the body. Bringing the arms either out into a T or bending the elbows for cactus arms. Gaze is straight ahead, or moving from one shoulder or the left shoulder, whatever feels best for you and your neck this morning. Still with your deep Ujjayi breath, bringing awareness to the body, awareness and acknowledgement to the thoughts that may be in the brain, and then simply coming back to where you are. Our next inhale draws us back to center. Scooting left hip back and switching sides, bringing left knee into center and extending right leg long. Scoot the right hip to center of your mat, and as we exhale, cross right knee over the body. Finding the same variation with the arms, and bringing the gaze to the opposite side. One more full deep breath in, full deep breath out. Next inhale draws us all the way through to center, hugging both knees into the chest. Take a deep inhale here, and at the top of the breath in, hold the breath and squeeze every muscle into center line. Like your heart is the sun, and it's just drawing, like with its gravity of light and warmth, everything in. Squeeze one more time, even more deeply. Exhale, release all the way down into Shavasana. Releasing heels to the corners of the mat. Palms alongside the body, with the hands pointing up towards the sky. Maybe take a moment to lift the back of the skull off the ground and gently tuck the chin, creating more space in the back of the neck. Replacing the back of the head down. Letting go of all that has come before this moment and all that is to come after. Knowing that there is nothing to change. There is nothing to fix. Everything is exactly as it is meant to be right now. And you are perfect exactly as you are. Slowly begin to bring awareness into the body. Noticing the fingers and the toes. Bringing wiggles to the hands and the feet. Rolling out the wrists and the ankles. And rocking the head from side to side. Eventually drawing both knees into chest for a loving squeeze. And when you're ready, rock over onto the right side, coming into a fetal position, using the bottom arm as a pillow for the head. acknowledging this pose as a place of renewal, a new beginning for a new week of vitality and energy. Using the palm and eyes still closed, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position at the front of your mat. Bring palms together with thumbs at heart center. And we'll close our practice with an Om. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Bring thumbs to the third eye point between the eyebrows. The divine light in me greets and acknowledges the divine light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you for showing up this morning. It's great to see you. I hope you have a wonderful Monday.